Hi everyone, today I'm going to read from a column I wrote in April 1990 called The Plague. That little painting project I wrote about last week continues to plague the Manzke clan. Since the living room floor isn't finished, hardwood doesn't sand, stain, or polish itself, chairs, tables, shelves, and books continue to occupy other rooms, usually the center. Could someone tell me why people keep dropping in to investigate our mess? I wouldn't be here if I didn't have to. One friend had to crawl over 2 couches, 3 chairs, a couple of kids, and 200 books to just take a look at the destruction. An end to our do-it-yourself project isn't in sight. One reason may be because farm work has claimed Bob, the only person who knows it all. Bob was miles away when I tackled the job of wallpapering. I'll bet he planned it that way just to get even with me for some grudge he's been harboring. Well, Bob or no Bob, I was going to wallpaper that living room wall, and no one was going to stop me. Anyway, I had our 15-year-old son Rob to help. I bought the wallpaper on sale, but mostly I bought it because I fell in love with the design. It had tiny flowers scattered on a white background with butterflies appearing here and there. This paper would brighten one wall of our overly green room, so I figured it would take me about an hour at most to hang. During the first hour of work, Rob and I managed to scrounge up most of Bob's wallpapering pans and brushes. We unrolled and cut the first piece of paper for the wall, accidentally ripping it in half before it could be moistened. Oh well, we needed short pieces for around the window anyway. The second piece ripped as we were trying to adjust it on the wall. It seemed that the bargain paper with the flowers and butterflies was a tad too thin on the thin side, but it went up anyway. We smoothed over the little rip, making the flaw nearly invisible. The next piece had to be matched to the first. That's when I discovered something curious about the pattern I loved. It was a pain to match, and we were left with a slice too big for the garbage and not big enough to paste under the window. We also rediscovered the unsquareness of our 100-year-old house. But Rob and I continued to cut, smooth, and paste. About 2 hours into the job, little corners of previous papers started to curl and peel away from the wall. So far we had a rip here, peeling paper there, a butterfly that wouldn't match, and a woman with handfuls of her own hair in her hands. I thought when I purchased the wallpaper, I had more than enough to cover the wall. Well, pattern matching brought us up short. In the end, under the window, where the drapes and the couch will eventually hide the wall, Rob and I did some creative papering. I wasn't about to run to town for another roll of wallpaper when, very possibly in the not-too-distant future, every inch might be ripped off that very same wall and returned to its boring green paint. Rob was a great help. I couldn't have completed the job without him. He patted my shoulder when I was near despair and gave me a Kleenex when I was near tears. Right this minute, Bob has returned from farming and is again attacking our obstinate hardwood floor. As of now, the wallpaper looks fine if you examine it without your glasses from 20 feet away in the dim light at midnight. But please don't come dropping by to look at it without proper notice. Call and we'll pencil you in for maybe June 2 years from now. Our living room project should just about be finished by then. Oh, that project. I will never wallpaper again. Never, ever, ever. Not by myself, and probably just never. I don't like wallpapering. So there you have it from 1990. That's all there is. Until next time from Sunnybook Farm.